Hello everybody, today we're going to take a look at this Clipsal charging block here, which is homemade. Now this is a charging block that I made. I bought Clipsal, HPM and used a piece of timber to build it. Okay, so what this is a block that I've had this for a few years, okay. So the way it works is it plugs into a 240 volt power supply. It has a power point and it has 3 USB type A ports. Okay, I'll take these out. All right. Now what I use this for is I keep this next to my bedside. Okay, and I use it to charge my devices such as my iPad, my iPhone, and of course my iPod. So this is what I use to charge them. Okay, so the reason I went with this, I use this is because it saves me power points. Because with the USB plugs that you get, it takes up one power point. Instead, if I could have something like this, where I can actually just have a block like this with USB ports on it, I can actually just use this instead. Okay, so this is always by my bedside. Now, originally I did have a Delta USB charger with only 2 ports, but since I've got 3 devices, I needed to get one with 3. So I bought this Clipsal one. Okay, so these Clipsal USB mechanisms I've shown you before. These are those 30 USB-C USB mechanisms. I've shown you them. Now these are USB type A. I do believe you can get them in USB type C as well. Okay. Now I've actually got 2 of these. Okay. I've got another one out in the lounge room, except it's got a vertical setup. This is a horizontal one. This is a Clipsal 2015 HX. Okay, so it's got the extra switch here, and this is just a Clipsal light switch plate with 3 of the USB mechanisms in it. All right, and it just plugs into your standard 240 volt. You just plug it in and away you go. Now it's also got an outlet here. The reason I have that is because when I'm on my bedside, I might do videos on comparing lights sometimes or testing lights, and having that power point makes it helpful for when I test lights. Okay, so that's why I have it there. All right, so I'll just show you what I used to build it. On the base of it's basically just a piece of wood. Okay, it's plywood which has been sanded smooth. These 2 Velcro strips are on here, so that way I can put it on the bedside drawer and it won't slide around. Okay. These are surface mount blocks which are made by HPM. These are good because they have a back. Okay, so there's nothing contacting the wood. This is a Clipsal, the surround here, Clipsal 2000 H2 surround. Okay, that's what I used. And of course the power point and of course the USB block. All right. Now this extra switch here switches this on and off. Okay, the reason I wanted that to be controlled by a switch is because it just makes it a little bit safer. Okay, so that way when it's not in use, I just switch it off. All right. Okay, so yeah, these are the cables that I keep in it, just simple USB-A to lightning. Okay, now these are the 1/2 meter ones. I actually bought these, okay, because the original 1 meter ones were just too long for what I use this for. All right, so now I do have other versions which have 2 power points and double the amount of ports. Okay, I will probably show you one of those at a later stage, but this is just the single one. Okay, a single power point with 3 USB type A ports to charge your phone. So it's not just charging a phone. You can also use these to power things. Like you can charge a watch off it. You can charge anything off it, or you can just power up anything that plugs into a USB type A. All right. Okay. So they just plug in here. Now these are the white ones. I think this is USB 2.0. Okay, I believe the white's USB 2.0. All right, so all made by Clipsal. They just simply plug in like so. Okay, they plug in like that. Okay, and then what I do is I can charge up the 3 devices at the same time, or charge one at a time, and it'll still work. Okay, switch it on and away I go. All right, this is always by my bedside. You probably might have seen it briefly on the videos where I compared the lights. You might have seen it slightly, okay? But this is just a quick review of it, okay? It's a very good block, okay? I like this. I use it every day. Okay, I've had this since I was in college now, so I think it's about nearly 5 years old, okay? And it's served me quite well. I do take this to use on parties as well to charge people's phones. Mostly I take the double ones and the double the amount of that, but this one here is quite good because it's very, very easy to use. Okay, and at least you're saving power points. Okay, because since Clipsal make these USB charging mechanisms that you can put into these. You can also put it in these as well. Take that extra switch out and put the USB port in its spot. But this is if you, now be aware with these, you can only go up to 2, okay? So if you want 3 or more, you'd need to buy this and do this, okay? So very good, okay, it's plastic, okay, and wood, so it's a very good block. I love this thing, I use it every day, okay? It's very good, and a plug, I can also plug the plug in there, or I could wrap these around here like that, okay, make it simple to transport it to one place or another. Okay, so that's pretty easy to do, okay? And once again, I can just, if I want to plug in an Apple Watch or something, I can simply just pull one of these out and plug the different fitting in, okay? But this is just this will charge, the lightning connector is for the iPad Classic 4 or later, the iPad Air, all models, okay, from the 1 all the way up to the 3. iPad Pro 1 and 2 only, the iPad Pro 3 and 4 are USB-C, but I do have a USB-C to USB-A adapter for that. You can even charge my MacBook off this as well, okay, but it will work. It'll also work on the iPhones, has to be the iPhone 5 or newer, okay, the iPhone SE, all the models, and then of course the iPod Touch 5, 6 and 7, okay. Alright, so that's my Clipsal USB Type A charging block for my devices. Okay, I do have others. I'll probably do a review on the others in a later stage, but for this video, I'm just showing you this one. So I hope you enjoyed, and that'll be it.